Hello, welcome to my podcast. We're talking about soothing ourselves, self-soothing, they call it, I think, nurturing. There are lots of different words for it. It basically means making ourselves feel better. There are times when we don't feel good. Things are going wrong. Maybe we don't feel very well. Maybe other things are going wrong for other people. It's really affecting you and you're not feeling good. This is the time to self-soothe. The aura becomes very sensitive at times, especially around full moon, and also if there's any solar eclipses, and the energy of the earth will affect us directly. Therefore, we need to know how to self-soothe and how to add to the aura and to soothe the vibration of the aura. Self-soothing is a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do as a human, that we do things that make us feel better. But energetically, it's a really powerful thing to do, because when our aura is getting depleted, our energy will be low, and that means the aura and the chakras are vibrating at a lower rate. Sometimes the chakras can actually become very, very small when you're going through very tough things or if you're sick, and that's when you need to self-soothe. That's need to add to the aura, to bring more light into the aura, more happiness, more positive thoughts. Self-soothing is simple. The first thing we do is look after ourselves. That sounds really simple, but when you've got a household of people all relying on you, it can be quite difficult. It can be as simple as starting to eat properly. So self-soothing and self-nurturing is eating properly, eating foods you like, eating foods that are good for you, lots of juices, fruit, vegetables, anything that's going to add to your aura, making sure you drink lots of water. That's self-nurturing, and it's very good for the physical body as well. Then we need to look at what is going to be something that will soothe us, something that will nurture us. It might be having some time out on our own, going for a walk, just being on our own, where we bring the energy in, like we rebalance ourselves. We be in nature. Being in nature is very self-soothing, and it will actually feed your aura energetically. So instead of sitting in your bedroom or inside, go outside in the sun and look at all the plants and the flowers and enjoy the sky and see how beautiful and blue it is. To enjoy also creates more positive thoughts, more positive emotions, and that feeds your soul. Because when you're depleted, you've got to fill up again. And self-soothing is also used for when we feel really bad. We need to then bring something into our world that's nice. Perhaps you want to just go and get some ice cream and watch Netflix. Get on the internet, go and buy yourself something. If you like plants, go and buy some plants. Go to the garden shop. It doesn't really matter what the things are. What matters is that you realise that you need to nurture yourself and soothe yourself, to soothe the soul, to soothe the aura, and add to your vibration. I always recommend that people keep away from negative and draining people when you're doing self-soothing. They will not soothe your soul. You actually do the reverse. Put them up till next week, or do tomorrow, ring back tomorrow. We don't have to be instantly getting back to people in this instant way we can communicate. We're allowed to just say, I'll get back to you, not feeling well, or I'll catch you tomorrow, I'm busy. It's okay. It's okay to have a day to yourself when you just self-soothe. I find bringing flowers into the house helps me. My mister puts some nice uplifting essential oils in there. Also doing things like having a really long hot shower and really enjoying it, and bringing the light into your aura. Having a salt bath is a good idea. Write down the things that soothe you. I think that's really good. Or think about what soothes you. We'll have an individual list, but it'll be our list, and that's our go-to list when things are getting bad. And that's the other thing, in counting your blessings, I talked about where we put our focus. So when we're self-soothing, we're putting our focus into something positive. We're doing something positive for ourselves, something that will make us feel better, and that will make us enjoy. So we will enjoy the bath. We will enjoy being on the walk. It will soothe us. Because when we get frazzled and we feel frazzled, our aura is actually literally frazzled. The vibration of the aura is jumpy. It's not smooth. And when we feel tired and exhausted and over it all, our aura is actually depleted. The vibration's gone down. So what we want to do is bring the vibration up. You can also use music to soothe you and calm you down. And if you want your aura to come up, you can use the music that for you brings you up. Happy music, bright music, Spotify, or however you do your music, and use the music to bring your aura up. Because what we're trying to do is vibrate higher, and we're starting to vibrate low, and we're sensing that, so we need to make it go up higher. You can't change sometimes what you're in or where you're at. You just have to somehow get through it. But you can soothe yourself during that time. If you need to eat chocolate, have more lollies. And even if you need to have a drink or two at night, or even a smoke, temporarily you stop smoking and you do have a smoke, it's okay. You just have to get through this. You have to soothe yourself, and you just do it temporarily. It'll be fine. And no guilt and no telling yourself off or feeling like you're a loser because you've done it. You're on a depletion. You're on a lower level energetically. You're vibrating not so well. To get more rest, and you need to bring in positive food, positive thoughts, positive environment, and then things that make you happy. It's amazing how if you just do these things, it will uplift you. The other day I was having a tough time, and so my son suggested I got on the internet and I bought myself some fuchsias, and they're all coming next week. It's a little thing, but it lifted me. It was something really nice in a fairly tricky day. And so when I did it, the process of doing it was nice. But then afterwards I had the excitement of the fuchsias coming, and then where I'm going to put them. And I know it was retail therapy, but it was actually soul therapy. I felt better. I had something to look forward to. And it was a bright light in a fairly dark day. That's what you're trying to do. Bring in the lightness, and the lightness will bring in the hope. If you can be with happy people, that's a good idea too, and just leave your cares and woes in your handbag or in the car when you arrive. You can tell them what's happened, give them the short version, and then talk about other things and laugh and have fun. Laughter is very good, as I've said before. So self-soothing is important. We do it intuitively, I think, most of us, but I want you to understand that vibrationally it's very important, because you're actually feeding the soul, but you're actually feeding the vibration of the aura. That's why we need to get more rest and eat better and fill up ourselves with good vibrations, because it actually fortifies the aura. It will stop us from getting sick, because when the aura starts to vibrate lower and the chakras start to shutting down and getting smaller and smaller and heavier, it means that we're more prone to continue to be sick. And this can be physically, emotionally, and mentally, and psychologically. And we're also heading towards maybe getting more seriously ill. The more positive light we have in our aura, the more positivity we have in our life that we can bring in and add to our life, the better it is for us on so many levels. You can also encourage other people to do this. So if you think your friend's having a really hard time, or someone in your family, you bring in this soothing. So you soothe them. You take them flowers or their favourite cake. You pop them in the car and take them down to the beach and go for a walk on the beach, because that will be really good for you. Going to the water is always good to soothe us. You don't have to tell them what you're doing, but you will bring their vibration up. Maybe you tell them something really funny that happened this week at work, and you make a happy time and you're both laughing. You'll bring their vibration up. If they're not very well, you go to their house and you make them lie down and you clean up their kitchen and you make them dinner, or you take food for them. These are all the things that will soothe them, and that's what you've got to think about. How you soothe yourself is also how you soothe other people. It's a healing thing to do for ourselves and for others, and it really does improve our relationships with other people, because people really appreciate it. I've got a friend there who feeds their need before they even have to say it, and it also brings a brightness into their life. I think bringing somebody up is a very good thing. Their texts are excellent, but they don't have the same energy of the voice. I suggest that you actually ring your friend, ring the person who's having a hard time, and talk to them, even if it's just for a short time, because the energy of your voice will be healing for them. because I'm sure if you're listening to these podcasts, you're very spiritual and very healing, loving people. Therefore, when you speak to them, you add to their day, you add to their vibration. They get off the phone, they feel better. And you can also do a thing that I do, that whenever I think of that person or when I'm talking to them, when I do the readings or the healings, I set up that the affirmation will be that I will be giving healing through the talking, through the reading, and obviously through the healing. But so if you think that you're going to send healing to them when you're talking to them, they will feel better, their vibration will be higher. And remember to send them healings too, and do some healing on yourself. That's a very self-soothing thing to do. Take care of yourself. Always add things to your life to make it better, and don't feel guilty. It's not selfish to look after yourself, and it's not selfish to try and keep well for all those people around you who love you. I'm sending you lots of love and lots of light.